My name is Liam Williams, and this is my history project. The Missouri Compromise happened on February 2nd, 1820. It basically said that free states were in the north and slave states were in the south.
We will rally from the hillside, we'll gather from the plain, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor, up with the star, while we rally round the flame.
The Wilmot Proviso was the second step. It happened on the 8th of August of 1846. Basically said that all the land from Mexico was going to be free state. Was, however, denied in Congress, in the Senate. The next step is the Free Soil Party, which happened in August of 1846. It opposed the expansion of slavery. It was caused by the Wilmot Proviso. The Compromise of 1850 happened in 1850 on January 29th, and it was trying to fix some arguments between slave states and free states.
We are springing to the call.
The Fugitive Slave Act was a part of the Compromise of 1850, and it happened on the 18th of September. It basically said that a slave owner could retrieve his slave if it escaped. Uncle Tom's Cabin was a book published on June 5th of 1852 by Harriet Beecher Stowe, showing how much life was terrible for slaves. The Republican Party formed on February 28th of 1854. Kansas-Nebraska Act happened on May 30th of 1854 and allowed people to have popular sovereignty in the new Kansas and Nebraska territories, and they voted to see if they want to be free or slave. Leading Kansas started on December 19th of 1855. Is a series of conflicts between Northerners and Southerners about slavery. Dred Scott v. Stanford was a court case on March 6, 1857. It determined that slaves were property, not people, and it said that slaves were basically accepted in the North because the court had no power over property. On May 22, 1857, Brick Sumner caning left Charles Sumner almost dead. Increased tensions over slavery between the North and the South. On June 16, 1858, Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas had debates over slavery. Stephen Douglas won because he didn't seem expansionist or anti-expansionist. John Brown raided Harper's Ferry on October 6, 1859, with his sons. It was to promote anti-slavery and to start a rebellion. He did, however, die because slaves wouldn't start a rebellion because they were afraid of the slave owners. The election of 1860 happened on November 6th. It was between Abraham Lincoln, John Bell, John Breckinridge, and Stephen A. Douglas. Abraham Lincoln won because he had the most people in the North because the Democrats were split up. On December 18, 1860, the Crittenden Plan was proposed by John Crittenden as a last-ditch effort to keep the Union together. He named plans after themselves, it's kind of weird. It was, however, defeated on December 31st and was not passed. On December 20th, 1860, South Carolina seceded from the Union because Abraham Lincoln was elected president. On February 24th, 1861, 10 states followed South Carolina and seceded, and they formed the Confederate States of America. On April 20th, 1861, Union forces tried to regain Fort Sumter. They knew that it would lead to the start of a civil war since the fort was no longer in their territory. It ended on April 13th and marked the start of the Civil War.